Sonnet with Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and I want to welcome you all to my channel. Today is going to be a thrift to treasure video. So items from my recent haul, I'm taking and I'm flipping them. I am using the new IOD transfers on a few. So excited about those, guys. Follow along though, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't been to my channel before, I'm all about DIY, thrift hauls, thrift flips, a day in the life of a small business owner. If that is the type of channel that you do like, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so every Monday and Friday when I do release a video, you'll be notified. And at the end, I want to know what your favorite item was. I'll let you know what mine is. So hopefully you enjoy. If you remember, I recently picked up these candle holders at on my last haul video. And what we're going to do, I want to get these in my booth like as soon as possible. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to use the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover, the black, and I'm going to spray them with black. So that's what I'm going to start with first. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a white, and we're going to do the white, and then we're going to do the wet distressing. And I've shown this before in some of my videos, but I want to show it again because these are really a hot seller in my booths. Now that I have these both painted the black, I am using White Swan from DIY. And typically with the DIY paint, I've noticed I've only had to use one coat, and the coverage has been that good. I'm wondering too if because it's black underneath the white, the black kind of showed through in a few spots. So I did lightly touch up a few of the areas on the actual sconce. I will let these dry real good, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a wet distressing. So here I've taken just a couple pieces of paper towel and got them damp, and with the DIY paint, very easily you can go and just wipe off areas of the paint that you want the black to come through. So I'm going over all the raised areas and just making that black just kind of peep through. I'm loving how these are turning out. I love this look, and it's so easy. There's no dust or mess from the sanding with the wet distressing. So I definitely would recommend giving this a try. The next item we're going to do is take this crate, or this, I don't even know what you want to call this, but I love it because it has the lid and it's in really good condition. What I don't love about it is that it has these apples around the top. So one of my favorite colors for DIY is Apothecary. I love it. It reminds me of like the Cottagecore colors feel. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear coat the top. I don't want any bleed through for this. I don't know if it will bleed through, but just to prevent it, I'm going to do a clear coat on here to prevent that. And then I'm going to paint the entire top with the Apothecary. And I'm also going to paint the just a little bit of the trim here on the bottom too. And then what we're going to do is I'm trying to decide, do I want to take a transfer and put a transfer on top, or do I want to do a stamp? I have this really cool new IOD stamp that I just have been playing around with. It's a round circle, so I'm gonna first start, let's go ahead and get this painted first, and then we'll go from there and we'll decide where this takes us. So I'm taking the Apothecary and just doing the little trim piece on the bottom of that round basket. And on the top, I do paint the full top and the edges of the actual piece. Once it dried, I realized pretty quick that even though I did do that clear coat to try to prevent that bleed through, the red, you could just slightly see the red of those apples. And I'm assuming it's because the Apothecary is so much lighter. So I had to do 2 coats. Now here I'm using from the Brocante transfer. I am using this really cool, it's a clock, and I just thought it would fit on here perfectly. I absolutely loved it, and I love how this all turned out. And yes, with the transfers, you just center it, and then you just start using that tool from the transfers and just rub it, and then it will release from the actual plastic that the transfer is holding on. Once I have it completely released, I go ahead and I burnish it with the actual piece of clear that the transfer came on. It just really embeds it into the actual piece, and then I put Big Top over the top of it to seal it all in the end. If you remember, I picked up this little tiny like cutting board, and what I want to do with this one is at first I was gonna try to make it an ornament for the tree, and then I just decided too big, too heavy. So what we're going to do is I am going to paint it because this is all going to go in the display at one of my booths, and I'm going to have them kind of all together. And so I like to try to create things that will go together. So like color wise. So what we're going to do is we're going to just paint this with the Apothecary. And then I'm going to distress it a bit, and we're going to either add some type of word to this, or I'm just loving these new transfers. Possibly just, do something with one of the transfers. It's amazing how many items you can fix or like flip with one set of transfers. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll go from there. We are going to use the new transfer called Brocante, I think, or I don't know, is it Brocante, like French? But anyways, this is so awesome. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, and it does say 8. Next item that we're gonna do is this one. So I was trying to find something real fun to put on there that would be kind of interesting. Got to be long. And the one reason too I absolutely love this, I'm sure you've all seen them, but the birds, I'm loving these birds. I just think they're so cool. Let's see, that's neat too. So let me see which one I like. Oh, I like this. I'm kind of obsessed with the sheep. I wanted something small, so maybe even just like a little word. Well, and a butterfly would be fun too. I think that's what we're gonna do for this one. I'm going to cut out a butterfly, and then I'm also going to maybe just have this like words on here. So let's see. Then we're gonna cut out that butterfly. I just love how there's so many possibilities with these transfers, and they turn out awesome. I'm totally obsessed. And at first I was like, would I even like transfers? And I turned out I absolutely love them. So this is going to be just nice and simple, but I think I'm going to have it where it will display like that, and then just have the wording somehow like that. All right, so first anytime you use this, I'm gonna, like I said, I wanna distress this up a little bit, so I'm gonna sand it with just some sandpaper. I'm gonna just to make it a little bit distressed. And then before you lay down any type of transfer, you always wanna have it a clear coat. So we are going to use the clear coat Big Top from DIY. So let's go ahead and get started. So I just have my sanding block, and like I said, I'm just wanting to just distress it a hair. And I could have wet distressed this as well. I ended up clear coating this with the Big Top as well. So I sanded it down, and I was creating some dust. So I actually did do I wiped it with a wet rag, and I wet distressed it a little bit more. And what we're gonna do now is we are going to take 2 of the transfers, and I'm just going to have it something like that. So I laid it down and just slightly rubbed until it released and burnished it. And I did that with the letters as well, and it turned out awesome. I picked these in my last haul. I loved them. I like the red, and I think you can have it displayed year-round. So it's going to be perfect for the holidays for a pop of red in my booth. They are home, so I think that was Target, but they're in really good condition. So all I did is I took them, gave them a good just washed them really well, and what we're going to do, and it came with these tops that they have like that rubber on it, so I just wanted to show you that. But what we're gonna do, or what we're gonna use, is the new IOD Tranfer. It's called Traditional Pots, and it does come with black, blue, or white transfers. I was so excited to get this and to show you. I should have ordered more, but you order them in packs of a certain quantity. So I ordered 1 pack. I know that I didn't really want to order too many. I wanted to allow others to have the ability to order. Well, they sold out. So this one is mine. I do have 2 others available. As soon as they become available again to order, I plan on ordering more. So I will have the 2 on my website, but I think they will go fast once you guys see this. So it comes in, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. So you get 2 sheets in the black. You can't see this because this is the white sheet. And then you do get 1 in blue, which I love too. I mean, so cool. So looking at this, if you look, I'm gonna flip it over. Here is what we have to pick from for the white. So I think what I like on this one is it's identical to this one, which is the black. So I'm really kind of for the red. I like the one with the, I think I'm gonna do the one with the chicken. And I think I'm also going to do, I want them to kind of go together because they're, I mean, even though they're not a set, they kind of are a set. So a chicken, and I'm trying to see here if this one maybe, well, for sure the chicken, and I don't want to do the birds on it. Maybe I'm gonna do this one, so they're kind of together. I'll do these 2. So that's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna take is I'm going to cut them out, and then we're gonna start transferring. All right, so I cut out the transfer, and I have this, and I'm going to turn it this way initially so that I can line it all up for you. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the backing off, and we are going to center it like so and lay it down. And then just start rubbing it. And then you can see how easy this just goes on. And I did it with both of them. Now, I do burnish it just like I did with the others. So you take that piece of plastic and just rub all over. It is recommended that you do clear coat any transfer. So what I am going to do is I am going to just spray some clear coat across. So I do love adding baskets to my booth displays. And if you remember, I grabbed this little cute basket. It was like regular $3. I got it for $1.50 because it was 50% off. Because I am using the Apothecary and I want to kind of put this all in the same display at my booth, I am going to continue on. And I think on this one, I think I am going to add like some kind of transfer right there. So again, just this basket is so cute, and just adding a little color to it is going to really make it pop. So let me go ahead and we're going to use Apothecary again. And I know that many, in one of my last videos, I had a couple comments saying, well, you double dipped. I've been going through my paints very quickly. So yes, if I wasn't using a color and knew I was going to use it up real quick, I would then take the paint and put it in a separate container and go from there. But all the colors that I have been using, I've been using up. So for instance, the cardinal red, I just painted a dresser with that. So I painted a ton of stuff with this tiny little container. I painted an entire dresser. I painted all the stuff that was in my video that when I did that Papa Red. So, I mean, the paint goes so far. And I know that many have said, like, why did you decide to go with DIY? You know, why do you like the paint so much? Well, it is highly pigmented, so the coverage is amazing. You can also use like a misting bottle or a spray bottle, and the paint goes so much further. So when you're painting a piece of furniture, you just add a little water to it, you mist it, and the coverage is just phenomenal. And the quality of the paint is great too. So I know that many, you know, are set on specific brands, but that's why I like it. And I think that when you just, you know, the higher quality paints, the better. So I have this done. I'm going to let this dry. We're going to seal it, and then we're going to come back and add a transfer to this as well. I ended up clear coating the Apothecary trim with Big Top, and it just seals it all. Anytime you're using any of the DIY paint, you are wanting to definitely seal the paint. Now, I took another transfer out of that set of, I was told Brocante is how I'm supposed to say it. It's French. So we're gonna do that, and I did this on another basket, and I heard such good feedback about it. So we're gonna do another one on a basket here. So let me go ahead and put this on here like that, center it. On the basket, you have to be a little bit more careful because there's different grooves, and it's a little bit harder than possibly doing it on a flat surface, but it turned out great and I love it.
I'm driving down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind.
So what was your favorite item? Mine was this cute little cutting board turned into just a decorative piece to put on your counter. So Monday's video, I'm still deciding. I think I'm gonna use some of the new molds from IOD. Show you how those all, what those are all about. But I want you guys all to have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed the video. I am actually taking some much needed time, headed north with my husband. We are unfortunately winterizing our cabin this weekend, which is kind of a sad day. We do use it during the winter, but just not enough to heat it year round throughout the winter months in Wisconsin. It gets pretty cold here. So I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.